Variety seeking. Imagine what life would be like if we all did exactly the same thing every single day, ate the same food, had the same conversations, went to the same places. It would get very boring very quickly. The truth is, all of us have a need for variety and newness in our lives to some extent. Our brains crave the stimulation that new experiences provide. Here's how it works. When we are in a new situation, our brain becomes exposed to new sensory information: sights, sounds, smells, tastes, feelings. This triggers the release of a chemical in the brain called dopamine. This release gives you a little rush of motivation to explore the new situation in the hope of receiving some sort of reward. In other words, our brains associate new experiences with the possibility of reward, motivating us to try new things and expand our horizons. Another reason that new experiences feel so good is that they can literally stretch time. We think of time as fixed and constant, but in fact, our brains can perceive time very differently. When we're involved in familiar activities, our brain recognizes the information and is able to process it very quickly. In these situations, time seems to fly by. On the other hand, when we're faced with new experiences, our brains have to reorganize the information to make sense of it. So the process is slower and makes time feel like it's lasting longer. It's why a weekend away in a new place can feel like a week, whereas a regular working week can often go past in the blink of an eye. Some people thrive on routine, the known, the safe, the familiar, and are resistant and even fearful of change. Others crave the uncertainty and unpredictability that new experiences can bring and feel stifled by doing the same thing over and over. Our appetite for variety is driven in large part by a personality trait called openness to experience. People with a higher level of this personality trait will go out of their way to experience new and different things, while others with a lower level actively avoid them. Our openness to variety can also be influenced by our state of mind in specific situations. A young couple on their first holiday together may be thrilled by the adventure of a new and exciting experience, whereas a lonely business traveler may be craving the security and comfort of a familiar routine or environment. This push and pull between the known and the unknown has been hardwired into our brains throughout evolution. As early humans spread out across the world, they left the safety and security of a familiar environment and exposed themselves to new and unknown risks. Those who were willing to take more risks were more successful as hunters and were rewarded for this behavior. But to keep us safe on these adventures, we humans developed what is known as the fight or flight response. Located in a part of the brain called the amygdala, this fear response kicks in when our brains judge that we are facing a threat, such as too much uncertainty. It sends strong signals to our body that we need to retreat back into an environment we can control. When we're thinking about people's need for variety in their lives and work, it can be easy to think that this involves giving people lots of choices. In fact, research clearly shows that after a certain point, the more choices a person is offered, the less satisfied they are. Variety isn't so much about choice as it is about options, and ideally, it should involve offering options with a level of certainty. Here are some examples. The holidaymaker who might want to try new and exotic food, but still wants consistency in terms of quality, price, and service. The birthday girl or boy who's looking forward to a surprise gift, but wants to know it's a brand or type of product they like. The popularity of movie sequels, where people excitedly wait the next release of a story they are familiar with and actors they already know and like. So in the end, it seems that the secret of truly satisfying our need for variety in our lives is to create the opportunity for what we call safe exploration, giving us just enough of the thrill of the new, but in ways that help us feel safe and secure.